Good morning. Happy Sunday morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing well this morning. I'm just adding a little cream on my hands here. They get so dry when I'm doing my paper crafting so much. All right, let's have a look, see if I have got anybody tuning in this morning. We will see as things are up and going. Let's see. Okay, yeah, looks like I am live. There we go. Perfect. We have got a good morning. This is great. I am so glad that I am up and going live. I want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining me on my Sunday morning Step Up Design on Facebook and on YouTube. So good morning. I am Sue Phillip. My name is Sue Phillip, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Victoria, BC, where today it is going to be another beautiful day. I am excited to be here with you to create. We are going to be using the layered leaf dies, so I'm excited about that one. It is a beautiful bundle, and it includes a punch and a stamp set. I love punches. They are so quick and easy, and I think that this one can definitely, when you see the images, be used winter, fall, summer, spring, all the seasons. I can see it definitely to add some sprigs and greenery on those Christmas cards, because that is coming up around the corner, and also for spring and summer as well. So I think you're going to love the cards today. I've got a beautiful color palette for you, and I've got a few ideas definitely on how we can step up our cards today. So let's see here. We got definitely a couple more people hopping on, which is fabulous. We are going to get started in a few minutes. I have got a couple things to let you know about. We have got our earn to redeem. So our dollar days that are on right now, for every $60 that you spend in the month of July, you will get a email, and on there will be a code that you can plug in when it comes time in August, and you can earn as many of those little coupons as you want in July. So for every $60 you get one. So if you place an order for, say, 120, then you're going to get 2 coupons in your email. So it's a code in which you use, and you can redeem $6 off for each code that you get in the month of August in your August orders. And then let's see here. I will let you know that my August club card kit, which I mail out anywhere in Canada, our deadline is coming up for August. It is a fabulous set. It is the Coffee with Friends stamp set that is featured in this class. You get to make 8 cards, 2 of 4 different designs. 2 of them are going to hold gift cards if you want, and you get $25 worth of product. So if you still want to join me on that class, then please let me know. And you want to use the link in the description to sign up for that class. And like I said, you just have a couple more days to do that. Okay. All right. So we are going to get down to creating today. Let me see. I got to get my, here it is here. We are going right there. Perfect. And we are ready to go. Okay. So for this morning, like I said, we are going to be using the Layered Leaves bundle. It is fabulous, and you can see what I mean about all these different sprigs, and you can use them for any season. This punch, though, I am using this for the first time with you, as I usually do on a Sunday morning. I love it. This one here is on low inventory. So if you are interested in this bundle, then you are going to want to grab it fairly quickly because it will sell out. Like we know with the new Trucking Along bundle. Now, I want you guys to know that for that Trucking Along bundle, which is so adorable, it's that little tiny truck that has all sorts of stamps for all sorts of seasons, and the punch is the actual truck builder. It will be coming back into circulation on the 17th. So I will post when it is up and going so you guys can grab it. And I am going to be doing a little live free class with that. If you grab it, of course, with the host code, you get a little class kit. Okay, so all that information will come out as well. All right, so I'm not sure why Facebook, it's doing a little glitchy thing again. Names of Facebook members who have granted permission to share their names. So it is not letting me know whom is on today, which is too bad. I'm going to just go like that. And I think I can go like this so that it gives permission. So I've given some, I put something in the description, I think, so that if you want me to know that you're here and not just a Facebook user, then it will show the name. Okay. All right. So let's get going for today. We are going to do the step up card. So we're going to start basic. We are going to add some textures. We are going to add some layers, some punching out, and we are going to take our card to the next level. So we're going to make 3 cards today. One is the simple design. One is stepped up a little bit. And card number 3, of course, is our big stepped up card. Okay, so you can look forward to seeing all of those created today. But before I get started, I have got some card classes that I want to give away. So if you have watched me before, welcome back. If you are tuning in for the first time, I want to say thank you for joining me this morning in Victoria, BC here live. I always give away card kits for those that your name goes into a draw, for those who tag a friend or share my video, because that always helps me a ton. And I do the draws on Sunday morning. So I do a quick 5-minute card on Thursday morning, 6:30, or bright and early, and I do a Sunday morning. So I have got to draw for 2 card kits. Okay, so everybody who shared and tagged a friend, your name went into the draw. I have got them in my fabulous little tin here, and I am going to draw some names. Okay, so there's a few names in here for sure, and we're going to draw out 2 winners to start today. And then, like I said, you want to share, you want to tag a friend, then I'm going to be giving away 2 more next week. Okay, I'll show you what these cards are. They're fabulous. All right, so let's go. So card winner number 1 kit is, we have got Lynn this morning. Congratulations, Lynn. I have got you as my first winner. You are going to get one of the card kits. I'm going to glue it down right now, and I'm going to mail that out to you. I'm excited that I will be creating with you. So the nice thing is it's still early in the month, and this may just get mailed out in time for the live that we are going to do on July the 23rd. If not, full instructional video will be coming out. Okay, so that's winner number 1. All right, let's see who our next winner is. Let's have a look. Okay, we have got winner number 2 is Diana. Congratulations, Diana. All right, so I will be sending you out one of the Fun Fold kits, and again, it may just be there in time for you to join on the 23rd at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning for that class. So congratulations to both of you. I have got 2 more here, one for today and one for on Thursday, for those that want to, yeah, share what I'm doing here. Help me spread the word. It's a little thank you draw. All right. Okay, so let's get started today. All right, I am going to make sure I am in. Perfect. We're all good. Okay, so I see that some of you have commented that you've already got this bundle and are excited to start using it. I hope for today that I will give you a little bit of inspiration in different ways you can do it. Okay, I have got color palette of a pretty purple here. We've got Highland Heather. I've got some lemon lime twist, some garden green, our new bubble bath, and we're going to do Night of Navy as well. So I think that this is going to be a nice combination. Like I said, I think that these could be used for Christmas as well. I would switch these to like sprigs of red to make them look like berries, and then kind of darken these up for kind of richer colors like old olive, shaded spruce, more of our amazing Christmas greens, right? So we're doing a nice spring view on this one, and I think that you will love it. For those of you that want to know what Diana and Lynn get to create, this is the kit for the Fun Fold. I have got one. Let me just undo them here. I'm going to quickly show you these before we get going. 2 and 3. So you have a chance to win next Sunday's draw. But this is a cool Fun Fold that those who placed a $50 order using the host code in the month of June, this is the kit that was mailed out to them, and we're going to create the cards. They can always use a full instructional video if you can't make it, but this is a very cool Z Fold panel. So I've got 1. I love this design. 2, isn't that cute? And 3. Okay, it's such a cool Fun Fold. So like I said, I will have 2 more kits. I'll be doing draws for next Sunday. Okay, so hopefully we'll see who the winners are next week. Okay, let's get to bringing in our pieces. So we're going to do our basic design first. That's always the way that I love to start, is a nice, easy, basic design. And then we learn how we can step it up. Okay, so I've got just some nice white cardstock, our basic white cardstock, and it's just a standard card base. Then I am going to take a piece that is 3 3/4 by 5, and these 2 pieces are going to be just the standard what I'm going to be using for all the cards. I just want to brighten things up a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better and we don't get too much glare. Okay, now I do consider a punch more on the simple design because punches are easy and are easy for everybody to work. So I am going to be doing a little bit of punching on this card for sure. Okay, I've also got a piece of strip of white that I'm going to be using that is the same width. This is 3 3/4, and this is about 1 1/4 inches wide. Okay, so I also have one ready to go that's just 1 inch wide. This really does depend on what greeting we decide to put on this card. All right, okay, let's get started. So this is 2-step. We have got the leaves outline, and then we have got some pieces here that you can definitely fill in those leaves. We've got some solid ones as well. I'm excited to see what this looks like because I haven't stamped them yet. And then you can do the little fill in. So we're going to really have a little bit of fun with this. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I think, a little lemon lime twist, because I do love that color. And I'm going to do a little bit of practice stamping here just because then I can make sure that it's stamping nice and solid because I have not used it yet. So normally I run a little eraser or something over here just to condition the stamps. But if you stamp them a few times, kind of smush them a bit on the surface, that does it too. Okay, I'm going to use this strip of paper as kind of a focal point where my greeting's going to go. So I want to kind of decide where I want that to be, and then I'm going to work around it a little bit. Okay, so I'm deciding it's about there. So I'm going to start adding just a little bit of sprigs right here. Okay, we're just going on the diagonal. We're keeping things simple for this first design. Okay, I'm going to pull in, oh my goodness, I think I'm going to pull in a little bit of stamping and punching here. I'm going to get out my garden green and I'm going to do a few little outlines. Now, first tip of today, a lot of you guys know this one, but it's a helpful one because you don't want to end up having to fight your punch. So have a look at the punch that you are using. Make sure the orientation of it, where the paper is going to go in, and so that you can work the punch so that you're not having to kind of cut in weird angles to try and get the punch in so you can actually stamp your or punch out your image. So I want it so that the stem is down and near the edge so that it lines up perfectly with that punch and makes for really easy punching of the card. So we're going to go with a little garden green here, just like that. And I am going to fill it in with the Granny Apple, right? We're going to see what this looks like. Now, you can see with the two-step stamping, I like to do the outline first. Then when you go to line up, it is really easy to see those lines through your clear stamp. And look at that. Perfect. Okay, so that's what I would recommend rather than stamping the fill in first, because when you do that, it's a lighter color. And so it's harder to see and line up those lines. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple of those. Now let's see, I got to make sure I space them out far enough that I am not going to cut into my second image as I go along. Okay, so there is that. And then I can just rip this one off and go in again and punch another one. Okay, so we've got a couple little sprigs there, which we're going to use just to add a little bit on there like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pretty little flowers, and I've got a couple different colors here. I'm going to use, I think, this Highland Heather, and I'm going to stamp this one directly in the background here. Okay, so I'm going to do just a tiny bit of stamping like that, and then I'm going to do the same with down here. Do just one there, and then I'm going to bring in, and we are going to do the second punch on here, which is this little guy. Okay, so for this one, it punches out the two different stamps. And I've got my second stamp. This is the one here, which is kind of more filled in flowers. I'm going to do that one in the pink. Again, I want to make sure that when I put this in, that it is going to be in the right direction. So I'm actually going to cut, and you guys will see why. So for this one, it's going to be easier if I cut it in strips, just so that you know how to work the punch, and then kind of feed it in this way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp in, actually no, I don't want the purple, I want the Bubble Bath. Okay, So I'm going to do a couple of these. This is such a beautiful color, and I'm going to do 3. Okay, we might not need all 3, but I'm going to do a few of them, and I'm going to start feeding them in like so. All right, so you can see how I work the punch and the paper so everything lines up really easy, and I'm not having to kind of trim around it to be able to line it up properly. Okay, now I'm going to show you one other thing in a second when it comes to punches and making sure they line up correctly. Sometimes when you use a punch, hold on, I tend to put it in the right spot, and then I start to close it a little bit like that so it grips the paper, and then use both hands to punch it out. Okay, so I may have extras there. All right, so let's finish this one off as our little simple design. And I'm going to start by gluing on my little added sprigs here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to layer these up just a little bit. 1 there. And then I think I'm actually just going to go, I'm going to save some of those sprigs for our next cards, but I'm going to just do a little bit of the pink down here. Okay, remember we're keeping it fairly simple. So I'm just going to add just a little bit like that. Okay, so that's keeping it nice and simple. We do have this cute little kind of splatter here. If we want to add a little bit of extra detail, I would go for maybe a little bit of green, and you can add that little tiny bit if you want to. Just, I'm going to do it, let's see here, over here, like that. And then we're going to add our greeting. Okay, fairly simple for this one, remember? Now for greetings, we have got lots of choices. We've got a thinking of you, thanks so much, hello, sending hugs, that has been my favorite. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that one again. I used it for the simple designs the other day, and it's just, I mean, it's perfect. Especially if you are sending this one in the mail. It is the perfect greeting to put on your card. I'm going to go for a sending hugs on here, like that. Love it. Okay, then I'm going to add a little bit of twine and some embellishments. Okay, so we're going to do just a tiny bit of twine. I'm going to loop it, and we're going to take advantage of, so I'm just going to kind of loop it like this, just three loops. We're going to take advantage of this piece of paper that we've got here, and I can't not have scissors. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, I lost my loops, that's okay. It's messy, which is what I want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of having that fill in there, and I'm going to use my dimensionals, and I'm going to place them strategically so that the paper is going to be popped up as well, but I can also just kind of go like this, fill this in like that. Okay. And then I'm going to add some dimension on either side here. And we're going to put our greeting on. So that's going to lay over top like that. Okay. So you're hiding where the twine attaches. You can feather it out a little bit. Pretty, right? Simple. Remember, we're keeping things fairly simple. We like to add some embellishments though. I've got love these, the Tinsel 4-pack. love it. And of course, we have got lemon lime in here, so we're just gonna go like that. Okay, we're gonna attach it to a card base, and there we have our simple design. Okay, that's our starting point. So there's our simple design, just like that. Nice and clean, bright, and quite cute. Okay, so design number one. So again, if you have seen me do this before, you know I'm not done. We are going to step it up a couple more times. Okay, so we're going to start now with another card base and another layer. All right, here we go. So for this one, I'm going to start stepping it up with a little bit of shading. Okay, I love shading, using the blending brushes and just adding a gorgeous hue of color. Okay, it really does step up, especially a nice white card like this. It just adds that little hue of color that everybody loves. Okay, so I'm going to add it like that. Beautiful. Okay, that's all you need. You don't need much. Okay, actually I need this open because we are now going to start with adding our sprigs here. And again, we're keeping things fairly similar here, only we're adding that little tiny bit of green. And I'm just seeing if there's anything else that I want to stamp on here, because those that know me well know what my next step is going to be to step up this card. Let's see if anyone can guess it. I am predictable in some ways, and there's certain things that I love to do to step up a card. Let's see. It's kind of fun to see. Those that watch me, if you know, you can predict what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch it up a little bit, but let's see. Can anybody guess? Embossing. Gosh, you guys, you know me well. And you know it looks fabulous, right? So you bet we are going to add some texture, and I can't say this enough. Oh my goodness, what it does to your cards, well, you'll see. It looks amazing. So you want to make sure that you get all of your items that you're going to stamp on your card done. Okay, I just realized that I did not stamp my little speckles, but that's okay. I can live without those because I've got fabulous texture. Are you ready? Look at that. Amazing. See the hue? See the texture? Looking so good. And the nice thing is now we're going to build on this, and we're going to add, of course, our other layers, right? And so this is going to make it look so beautiful. Okay, so there is this one here. I'm going to add a little bit of pink up on this one, and I'm going to stamp one of the other leaves as well, just because I haven't stamped it yet, and I want to see what it stamps like. So we're going to do a different variation on the leaf, okay? So, yeah, oh my goodness, you guys, vellum. That could be in the future. We'll see. Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's see. We are going to bring in our garden green again, only this time I'm going to use a little bit of a different leaf, And let's see, I am going to do this one, which I think would look beautiful for Christmas, this sprig here. I'm going to do a couple because I might as well do some for the next card as well. I'm going to do the stamping for the next 2 cards, so then I can just show you a couple other things that you can do to step up your cards, and all our stamping will be done. Okay, so just bear with me for a few minutes while we get some stamping and punching done so that we can do the next couple cards and have them all through, all the work done anyway, right? So, what is everyone enjoying in their coffee cup this morning? Is anybody having coffee, tea, perhaps a latte? I am a latte drinker, and mainly because I can't drink, I just started drinking coffee a few years back, and I can't drink it like straight black coffee yet. Just can't do it. So I myself got to have a little bit of oat milk in my mug when I am doing a little espresso. And it's fabulous. Or I love a London Fog cold coffee. That's a good idea. I've been making iced lattes, I must say, and I am loving that. Okay, so let's fill in. Now, the little fill in stamp, it works for both of the images. So it works for both of the sprigs. And I was going to give you one more tip when you're working with punches. Okay, let me just focus for a slight moment. Okay, yeah, I love this one. So pretty. Okay, so when you are dealing with die cuts and you are dealing with punches, you have to make sure that your stamps stay true to the form. Okay, so when it comes to, and this was one thing I wanted to show you, when it comes to these stamps that are made of photopolymer, and you can see that when you put them on the stamp, there is a chance that you can kind of accidentally manipulate it a little bit and curve, especially the stem. All right. Then when you go to stamp it and you go to line it up with the punch, it's not going to line up properly. Okay. So what I recommend, and this is how I put all of the stamps on the blocks, is I put it down on my work surface, okay, with the flat side up that's going to stick to my block. Then I know that it is true to form and I have not manipulated it a little bit when I put it on the stamp, okay? And you don't mean to do it, but it happens sometimes, especially these long stems, and then lift it up. Then you know it's going to stay in the form that it's supposed to when you go to punch it, okay? So that's important when you are dealing with punches, because you don't want to have it that you wonder why your punch isn't lining up properly. You think it's something wrong with the punch, but often it is the stamp. The stamp has just been stretched out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to switch back and forth, and I can trim these in a second. So I'm trimming as I go here. Okay, get all these punched out. Then we're going to step this card up. We're going to show you what it looks like all finished up, and yeah, I think you'll be surprised at how the difference will be in between the 2 cards, just with that little bit of texture. And oh, I cut it too small. Now this is when I need my Post-it note, right? Let's see, I can finagle it. There, that's good. Okay, so there's that one. Let's get these ones done. I am so tempted to make a Christmas card with this. I almost did. I almost like made it today, Christmas in July, and you almost got a Christmas colors. But I thought, you know what? I can't quite do that yet. I'm going to be making, for those of you that grab that loading along, what is, I can't even remember what it's called, the truck, the new truck one. That will be coming back into circulation 17th. That's when it's due. I'll do an announcement so no one misses it, but then you're going to have to grab it quick because that is such a popular one that's been released, and I think it's because it's great for masculine cards, of course, and you can also just kind of have more of a country feel, and it has all occasions. So, but I will be doing Christmas card in that one in my free class that I will run, and it will be held over on my Stampin' with Sue's Paper Creations. So some of you may be watching from over on that group that I've got, because I do have the video run in both places, my lives. But when it comes to doing a free online class, that is where the platform that I use. Okay, so it will be coming up near the end of the month. I'll announce the date once I figure that out, because I want to have it so everybody has time to get their truck bundle. Okay. All right, so I've got a lot of things stamped out for the next two cards, which is perfect. Okay, and those are the ones we're going to use. All right, so let's pull in. I'm going to bring another little purple one here, because I'm going to pop that one out, and I'm going to use a little bit of this other greenery as well. So let's put these two on, and we'll finish off this card. Okay. Love that. And this one too. We're going to just overlay it over the purple over here. Okay. Now I think I'm going to use that twine again because I loved the look of this twine in the backdrop. So we're going to do that again. Okay. And then we will use our little greeting. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a different greeting or I'm going to stick with the sending hugs. Kind of like that. Okay, so let's take our piece. This is what I love to use, these big chunks on the edges to just put this down like so. And just put this over top like that. Okay, we're going to let it work its magic. Let it take its own form here. I do like the fact that this linen twine, when you take it off the bolt, it has such a cool curve to it because it's been wound around there, that it works so well for this sort of thing because it pops up a little bit, which is what I want for this card. Okay, now I need my, there it is there, my greeting, and we're going to stick with the sending hugs. I think the next one, maybe I'll do a thinking of you, but we're going to do the sending hugs again. And we're going to pop it on right here. And then we're going to compare these two. And you'll see the difference a little texture and a little shading can make, right? That's what this series, Sunday Morning Step Up, is all about. Learning those little tiny tricks that you can do to take your card from this to this. Look at that. Except for you're going to put your greeting on straight, right? I'm going to try anyway. All right, I think I want to actually pop this out as well. I know I've got the texture on it, but I love popping the white off the white because it just makes it that much more noticeable. Now, I had thought about adding one more thing onto this card, but I'm going to save it for our next level, okay? All right, so we're going to pop this on here like this. Love that. Beautiful. All right. So there's the difference between the two. Okay. Texture, a little bit of shading makes a big difference, right? So that is number 2. And we didn't even get our embellishments on here yet. And that's going to even make more of a difference. Okay. So let's do that like that. Okay. There's our 2 to start. Are we ready to add our final step up? Okay, who is with me here? Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to take white card base. I am going to take our texture. I'm excited about this one. Okay, so I'm going to do, I got to plan this out a little bit differently. Okay. I think I got it. We are going to take this one here and we are going to put right here. Let's see here. Yeah, we're still going to do it as a backdrop here. You'll see. Okay, so we're going to go like this. We have to get our hue of green on here as well, right? We have to get the hue of green. Okay, let's see. All right, so I love that hue of green. I think it really does make a difference. Okay, so we're going to step it up like we did before, only we are switching it up ever so slightly. It would make a nice sympathy card as well. Yes, I could definitely make this one into a sympathy card. Okay, so we have got that so far. Let's get that last minute of stamping right onto the surface. I'm going to add the sprinkles on here as well this time because I didn't get those extra little sprinkles on the last one, and I do want to have that. And I'm just being a little bit more tighter with my sprigs here because I have a plan in mind, which you guys will see shortly. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now I am going to do, where's my splatter? I think with the splatter, I'm going to do a little tone on tone for the splatter. And I'm going to bring in just a little bit here like this, because we have got almost like a splatter effect in the texture too, right? So I'm going to run the texture as well. Okay, I like that. And I want the splatter to go all the way up here. Yep. Okay. All right, so we've got splatter. We've got a couple sprigs on there. I'm going to just, again, run it through that texture. So I've got it just off screen here, so I don't have to bring it back up again. And let's grab our folder, and we're going to run it. So stay tuned, chat amongst yourself, okay? Take a minute, remember to share with a friend or tag a friend, and get your name into the draw for a class. Okay, all right, so there we have that one. All right, now this is where we are switching it up. All right, we're bringing in the cutter. Okay, this was a turn that you probably were not expecting. I have to be unpredictable sometimes. Okay, we're bringing in the cutter, and we are cutting up this image. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. We're cutting it up. I know. Okay, now we're bringing in our card base. Let's see here. We are going to bring in some navy texture. Now this is from the Eclectically, I can't remember what the papers are now, because I just used them. I just used them for my quick cards on Thursday. Can't remember the full name of the DSP, but it is fabulous. Maybe one of you will remember. You'll put it in the comments for me. But I am covering up this full base of the card. Okay. So we are adding this full base. Okay. So we're adding a little extra color in our backdrop. All right. Now what we're going to do, let's see here. That's what the last one looked like, right? We're switching it up. Now we're going to piece this over top. Okay, so I want to piece this over top so that you've got some dark in the backdrop. Now I did see this similar card that gave me this idea. I think it was called Stamp and Linger. Demonstrator, I do believe, from the States. I got to make sure that I'm making my picture. Yep, I am. And I just loved the look of it. Okay. And we'll see what you guys think here in a second. Some of you may like card number 2 better than card number 3. That's allowed. Everyone has their own styles for cards, right? And sometimes it's also a matter of who you would give the card to and who would kind of appreciate a different look for a card. Okay. Oh my goodness. Delightfully eclectic. Thank you. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so there we have got all of our pieces. I use the liquid glue so that I could shimmy them and make sure that I move them so that they are equally spaced, just like that. Now I can press them down now that I know that they are equally spaced. Okay. All right, so this is what we got so far. Now we're not done. We're gonna, again, we're stepping it up, right? So we're now gonna pull in our other pieces. Okay, so we're gonna pull in these pieces, and these pieces will go across. They will span across that surface, right? Okay, so here we go. 1, 2. Do you know what I love right now? Is how people are connecting right now in the feed. It is amazing. This is why I love this little group, all of my viewers that come together. It's like a little community. So if you're just hopping in for the first time, welcome, and I hope you will be back, because this is what it's about, is being able to create, share these ideas with everyone, have everyone else share, and have a little chat, a little visit while we're here, right? So great. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, I am in Victoria, BC, and I want to welcome you. We're using our layering leaves bundle, which is fabulous, but the punch is on low inventory. So that's why I wanted to use these today, just so that you guys would know and can grab them if you want them. I think I'm going to do one more leaf over top. We're going to go a little bit heavier here on the bottom corner, I think this time, just to bring it down and off of the page. Okay, off of that white space. So I love how these are spanning over top of those gaps. Okay, now we're going to bring in a die cut, which I'm going to use because I don't want to take away from everything else that's happening here. So instead I'm using one of the die cuts, and this is from Timeless Arrangements, and I did a step up. You can see it in my series of different step up cards, but I did a step up using that bundle as well, and it was beautiful. It has lots of gorgeous sprigs too, but it also has this these dies. They come in different sizes, and they have the little crosses and the stitches, which I think is really cute. All right, so we are going to go for, I want something that's going to fit on here. So let's just have a look and see what looks best. I think the Thinking of You might win because I think that goes on there nicely. I know that the Sending Hugs also fits because I used it for my basic design. But you know what? A little hello works fabulous too. So I think I'm just going to do a little hello on this one. And again, I'm going to pull in the navy because we have got that navy pattern on the back. And I'm going to do a navy greeting. I love navy as a neutral. It's a fabulous neutral. Okay, it's not as harsh as black, and it goes so well with so many colors. Okay, I love that. Now we're going to bring in some twine. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just going to do a little twine. Now I'm thinking that I want one more thing in here, and my mind is racing right now trying to figure out what it is that I want to ground this a little bit. And I think I want just a colored strip of paper in there somehow. So I'm going to just quickly take a moment and I'm going to see what I have got on my, literally on my workspace. And let's see. Okay, I've got it. Okay, I have got it. Okay. See, I just want a little tiny bit of navy to kind of ground things and pull it together and pull the backdrop together. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to put this. Yep. Okay. You'll see once I get the twine and everything what I'm doing here, but I just wanted to have this kind of laid down here. Just a little bit. And then just to ground where I'm going, just because that piece is kind of just out in the center there. So I like to ground it. And then I'm going to take my twine and we're going to spread it around just like we do. We're going to put it across like that. And let's see. May have gone a little heavy on the twine. Let's see. We may cut some out in a second. We'll see. You can always do that. You can trim it. We'll see what it looks like with our little hello. Oh no, it looks okay. That takes some of it away. But see how that just kind of grounds it down a little bit? Like it gives it a place where it should be, right? Okay. And then I'm going to just add a little bit more of these dimensionals just to bring it together. Oh, I'm so glad you are loving these cards. I was excited about this bundle, and the fact that it is let's get this on straight. The fact that it is a punch, I love that because it does make it that, you know, a little bit quicker when you're using the punches, because punches are quicker than pulling out your dies for sure. I'm going to off center it just slightly. Make sure that's straight. Perfect. Oh, I love that. That does step it up, that dark, doesn't it? Oh, love it. Okay, we have to get embellishments on here first before we go. Okay, then I do want to pull in, you can have a look firsthand at the cards for the August card club, because like I said, registration is shutting down tomorrow for that card club, and I'm going to bring in, I think, the blue. I'm bringing in the blue for this one because we've got the blue. Okay, registration closes at midnight tomorrow for my August card club. I do one every single month. They are so fun. You get like a bunch of goodies in the package. You get to make 8 cards with me, and you can do it either live through Zoom first Monday of the month at 10 a.m. You get to come to my house in person that evening if you want to do it in person, or tons of people just use the full instructional video and you get to make them at your own pace, at your own schedule. Okay, so that is yeah, that's shutting down tomorrow, that registration. All right, let's have a look. Beginning, right? So if you have to remember, if you don't see these other ones first, right, then you can have a little look. Okay, and then this one, nice. Okay, texture, a little bit of shading, and then there is number 3. I think that navy just pops, and I love the look of this. Okay, so I mean, think and use these ideas when you're going to create with other cards, right? Okay, so there is the 3. So that is the Layering Leaves bundle. So this is, I love the greetings, some really useful ones. So happy to celebrate you. You can use that for a birthday, for a wedding, and all these other ones here. Okay, these are definitely going to come out during Christmas time. And you can even just use this with the shapes and do some vellum punch outs and add them too, and that would look beautiful. Someone did say, I saw it, in that you thought that I was going to pull out vellum today. I switched it up and pulled out the cut instead of the vellum, but you could definitely add some vellum sprigs in here too, which would look great. Okay, so let's have a look at one last look here. This will be the last time I show everybody, because then I will move on to the next month. But this is August, and I do have the link for registration, and I do mail out my kits anywhere in Canada. Okay, so we have got one. We have got a little fold back with a gift card holder. Okay, because we are talking about coffee. And friends, oh, see, I've been die cutting for the cards. There's another one here, thinking of you. Love this image. So in this class, you do receive half a package of the Masterfully Made Designer Series papers. It's beautiful. So you get 12 6x12s, okay? You get a full package of this sequence trio. So all of these beautiful sequins, you get a full package of it, which is $11, okay, plus your ribbon. You're going to get half a bolt of ribbon, so it ends up being $25 worth of products that are in your kit. And I've already got die cut everything ready to go for you to create your 8 cards, okay? I'm mailing those kits out in a couple days, so if you would like to join in, this is your last call, okay? You got one more day. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm just going to switch my camera around so I can say goodbye. There we go. Perfect. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the bundle. Remember, if you want that punch, grab it. If you want to use the host code, then you could end up, well, if you use the host code and it's a $50 order, then I'm actually going to mail you the new Fun Fold kit, which I'm going to be designing, and it will be done in the month of August. So that host code is just going through now. Okay, so if you want to join me for that registration, just check out all the links. It'll keep you in the queue for everything, okay? All right, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of your Sunday, and hopefully you will spend a little bit of time. I've inspired you to get in your craft room and start stepping up those cards, just even if you use just a couple tips to step them up and start changing that look and taking your cards to the next level, okay? I will see you Thursday morning, 6:30 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, and we are going to make another great and quick design, a 5-minute card, okay? Cheers. See you next time, and congratulations to Lynn and to Diana. Those are going in the mail for you this week, okay? Take care, everyone.